Good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. We're coming to you live here from Gen Con 2018, bringing you board game coverage all week long. As usual, I'm your host, Matt, and now I'm joined with Chad from Thymia Games. How you doing today, Chad?
I'm all right.
Day one of Gen Con.
Wow. It's the first time at Gen Con. And
so this is a real wow for you,
yes,
then.
there is a lot going on, and it just keeps on going.
Yeah, it's a little different than some of the other conventions on the circuit, that's for sure.
Yeah, been to a couple smaller ones, nothing on this scale. We were told it's the largest in the country, and we knew it was largest, but coming in here and actually seeing it firsthand, being inside of it, it's a whole different experience.
Absolutely. So hopefully day one's treating you pretty good, but let's jump right into the meat and potatoes of things here. So,
All
Chad,
right.
what are we showing off today?
All right, we have our Kickstarter game that we launched today called Executive Order. Executive Order is a card game of political satire. The object of the game is to build a wall before anybody else does, because you are the greatest, nobody's better than you, you don't lose. I'll go over some of the cards that are in the game to give a quick example of how some of the cards play and how they interact with each other.
Okay.
The namesake of the game, Executive Order, it allows you to make a rule in the game to make fun or have fun with each other.
Okay.
There's a couple exceptions for it, though. You can't affect wall cards, you can't change the win condition of the game, and you can't alter the text on the cards.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't play it and be like, give me all your wall cards, I win.
Right.
So it's more so people will play it and they'll make rules like before you play a card or before you play a wall card, you have to sing My Little Teacup. Things like that. So yeah, it's there to make people laugh and have fun with each other.
Gotcha. So that right away, that kind of tells me what kind of game we're looking at here. So pretty ridiculous, pretty fun, a little rowdy sometimes.
Yeah. Ramble is one of the action cards that you can play, and you play it, and everybody shifts their cards to the left. So if you've built a hand up that you're ready to like 1-2 kind of roll with, and that shifts over, you know they have it now, but there goes your plan.
Gotcha. So you're handing it to the player.
Plan to the left,
To
and
your left.
everybody shifts.
Okay.
No are cards, instant cards that stop cards like Ramble.
Gotcha.
So if somebody plays Ramble and you're like, I'm not losing this hand, you play an no on it. It's instant card. You can tell by the gold stars.
Mm-hmm.
It stops an action before it activates.
Your traditional nope card in a
Yeah,
take that
basically,
game.
yeah. Then we have our negative effect cards. This one's media silence. They're marked with black stars. You play it on a player, it stays in front of them. And depending on media silence, we have other ones called budget cut. It affects their hand and their interaction with the game. Media silence, they can't talk.
Mm-hmm.
Which is one thing some people have done with executive order is if you want to talk in your media silence, you have to talk in a 1920s radio announcer voice. So there's all kinds of interaction and a layer to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a negative effect, there's cards like Affordable Care Act that played, they can remove the negative effect.
Gotcha.
So there's a positive and minus in the deck. There's not one card that's in there that can't be countered with something else.
Mm-hmm. So win condition, we're trying to build a wall here.
Yep, the 3 cards makes a wall.
3 cards makes a wall. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. So this game supports how many players?
Up to 8.
Up to 8. And I got to ask, what was your inspiration for this?
As weird and funny as it sounds, it came to me in a dream.
Oh.
Because I'm currently going to SCAD, Savannah College Art and Design, for a degree in interactive design and game development with a minor in creative writing.
Mm-hmm.
And I must have been working on stuff or something, and it popped into my head, and it was one of those dreams inside a dream thing where everybody was playing a game, having fun, laughing at it, and I kind of did that step back, and my brain was like, hey, this something's fun. Like, everybody's sitting around laughing on something you're not supposed to, because it's all basically political satire, headlines, stuff that when you get people together, they're all like, they start arguing, or someone's like, I'm not even going to talk about that.
Absolutely. It's a very hot button issue today.
Yeah. But this takes it and goes, flips it on its side and says, have fun with it.
Have some levity in an area where you might have some friction.
Yeah, and that gets everybody together that typically wouldn't come together over a subject like this, and they have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
They leave the table laughing.
See, and I thought you were going to say your inspiration was Twitter.
There may be a couple things in here, like we have a card, Alt-Twit at Executive Order. So if somebody plays an Executive Order and you're like, nope, I'm not part of that, you play that as an instant card, it doesn't affect you.
So I think that the best way to show off a game like this would be to play a little bit of it. Do you think we can do like a round or two?
Yeah, I can do a quick shuffle and deal just to show people how everything runs. So
Sounds good.
Send it over there. When you're playing, it's 3 wall cards per player, so there's 2 of us. So I have 3 already set aside here, 3 here. I'll just take these, split those in there, pull these back up, do a quick shuffle of this. I just dropped
Oh,
that card.
there you go.
I have a hard time shuffling.
People are very specific on the way that they like things shuffled on camera. So
I've
this is going to apparently tell a lot about the kind of person you are.
So, I've had the demo hall. I've had multiple people ask, like, do you mind if I shuffle a certain way? I'm like, it's a demo deck. Like, have fun with it. Like, it's here for people to play test, break, and do whatever they need to do with.
As I said, people are very, very specific about the way they shuffle. So we actually had some people in the other day, and this conversation came up as well. And they said, "Oh, well, we've got a shuffling machine back in the studio that we use, and that's a no-no apparently.
Yeah,
It's a big no-no. Apparently, they have a thing about eating cards sometimes. So."
Oh.
So we're all set up here. How many cards does each player get dealt?
They get 5 cards.
Okay.
That is a standard hand size. There are cards in here that can alter hand size. Like I said earlier, budget cut can take your hand down a size, or there's other cards that allow you to draw an extra card.
Okay.
But 5 is the standard, but it can go above or below that depending on the interaction, executive orders, and other cards.
Okay.
So on a player's turn, you play 1 card per turn. So you look at your cards, see what you want to do.
And how do you decide who goes first?
It's whoever has the smallest hands, or who has had who has had the greatest day. So I think that's me.
Yeah, you're going first.
So, just because as an example, I'll just lay out what I have so we can see some of the other cards in the game.
All right, and I can actually do a close-up of them here, just to note everyone that these have yellow borders, so they will be a little invisible. I promise that they're actually there in real life.
So I know better. You play it as your turn, draw to end your turn, resolve your turn, but you take the next person's turn for them. So you would reach over, draw a card from them, play it, saying, I know better than you, so I'm going to do this for you, and they have to resolve that as their turn.
Gotcha.
Whatever it is, if it's a negative effect or media silence, they can turn it right back on you, but they have to play the card you choose.
So if it's an executive order, they still get to choose the rule?
They get to choose the executive order.
Gotcha.
So it could be great or it could backfire right in front of you.
Okay. So what else do we have here?
We have Congress.
And Congress is going to?
Congress removes a wall.
Okay.
So if someone has a wall out, you can play Congress, and it gets removed.
Straight up removes a wall.
Removes the wall.
Perfect.
There are 4 of each of these in the deck, other than the wall cards. Like I said, it's 3 per player. So if you're good at counting cards and you see stuff going on, you can kind of guess what's in, or when things get reshuffled, you got to start over.
Okay.
Affordable Care Act we talked about already, removes negative effect.
Up to 3. So
Up to 3.
That's pretty useful there.
Yeah, so if you're making an enemy doing negative things and you want to try to make a friend again, you can play that to take negative effects from them.
Look at that.
It's your choice of up to 3 negative effects that you can remove.
So you can be the peacekeeper. Then.
You can try to be the peacekeeper. Last one I saw, there was one person that just started wars. Like, there was one after the other just going back and forth.
There's a reason that I'm not president. It's because that would be me.
I told him that's a tactic sometimes because people will start bickering at each other, doing their all small fights, and you're over here just quietly playing your game. Just 1 wall, 2 walls, they're all going in. Like, 3 walls, I win.
I believe they call that isolationist
Could
approach.
be,
Yeah. So vacation here is another card.
Yeah, vacation, draw yourself an extra card. And that was how I was saying you can get that extra card in your hand.
I like the flavor text there. You did great work today.
Yeah. You deserve this.
And finally here.
No is one we've talked about. So
yeah, that's your traditional note
yeah.
card there.
So if you want to see what you got, we can talk about some of the things that you might have.
Sure thing. So I got a Congress also.
All right. So you would want to keep that, hang on to that for any walls
absolutely.
going back.
I got some budget cuts.
Budget cut is the negative effect. The other one we talked about, where if you play that, like the media silence, it stays in front of the player, and their hand size go down 1.
Actually got 2 budget cuts.
You can stack those on a player. If you want to make an enemy real quick, you can just go budget cut, and they're down to 2 cards per turn.
Hi, friend.
Yep.
We've got the birth certificate.
They're hiding something, so you go looking for it yourself, and you draw a card from the player.
Gotcha. And then an executive order.
Which, make up what you want.
Sounds
as
good.
long as it stays within those 3 guidelines.
Okay, so person with the smallest hands goes
I think
first?
we said that was me.
Okay.
So, and I would, again, 1 card per turn, unless the card states. So I'm going to play vacation. So at the end of my turn, I draw back up to 5. But because I went on vacation, I get the bonus card.
I think that you're gonna need some budget cuts there. I don't like that extra card that you took, and I think we're gonna have to do something about that.
All right. One thing with this though, it doesn't say instant.
Oh, it's not instant.
If
Okay.
you look at the gold ones, it says it can be played at any time.
Okay.
I'll make. Yeah,
So I have to be patient.
So it can
then.
be played at any time. That's an instant. Gold stars.
Mhm.
Black stars are played as a normal card, but they're negative effects.
Gotcha.
That's what distinguishes instants from negative effects.
Okay.
All right. So you want to try again?
So it's my turn now. Right?
Yes, because I did the vacation. You
Okay.
tried to do your budget cut, but that was. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, yeah,
Right,
I should
right.
be able to do it then, right? Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. I thought that made sense.
It's been a long day.
You know, I understand completely. I'm half asleep now, so don't worry about it.
All right. So that budget cut. That's
And then
in
I'm
front
going
of
to
me
draw
now.
back up to
Yep,
my
draw
5
back up
cards.
to
then.
5.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Now that I have a budget cut, I'll go down to 4 cards once I get through them all.
Mhm.
Because it's not an instant discard, it's play, but I won't draw because I have to get down to my budget cut.
Okay.
So one thing I can do is play Affordable Care Act.
And that just cancels up to
And
3
that,
negative effects.
That
Okay.
removes my budget cut. But I am at 5 cards, so I don't draw back up to 5.
Gotcha. You know, we really got to cut spending in this country, so I'm just
gotta-
gonna continue with these budget cuts here. So trimming the fat.
All right.
So I'm gonna draw back up here.
I have the 5 cards, so I'm gonna play I Know Better.
Oh,
But I'm a budget cut, so I won't draw it in my turn. I have 4, so my turn shifts over to you, where I will draw this card from you.
oh man.
Congress. There's no wall to remove. You played your Congress too early. You just burned a card.
I thought you knew better.
Yeah, well.
So I burned my card. I still have to draw up to my 5
Yep.
cards though, so it goes back to your. Oh my god. Okay, your turn.
You will get. That is the best response I can get when people play this game. They draw the card and they laugh. I know they're enjoying something that's in front of them.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, I'm gonna do an FBI investigation and take a look at what you think is so funny right now. See if I can figure
You know,
that out.
that's what I just drew up
This-
there.
doing this
yeah,
one?
yeah.
So I'm gonna pull that from you, and that's gonna go to discard.
So what you just discarded was I'm not
It's-
racist.
Yep.
And that is choose another player and they can draw a card for themselves.
Yeah. So that's one of the cards that if you play a budget cut on people too many times, you start making an enemy be like, I'm gonna let you draw an extra card this time.
I'm gonna help you out.
Yeah.
But you know, I think with all of my budget cuts and saving for the government here, I've earned this. I'm gonna take a vacation.
You're going on the
I'm
vacation?
gonna take a day for myself here.
All right.
So I'm gonna draw an extra card. So since
So-
you discarded a card for me, I have 3 right now. So I'm gonna
So
draw
back up to 5.
up to
plus
5
1.
plus 1. Okay,
Because your
perfect.
vacation gets you an extra card off the standard hand size.
That is fantastic. That was a really nice vacation.
Yeah, that's good. There's also golfing trips in here if you want to go on a golfing trip.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a forced vacation for somebody else. You play that on somebody else and they go on a golfing trip.
All right. Back
Um,
to you then.
So, I'm going to play executive order unless you have something like a deport or no that can stop me from playing it.
You know, I'm curious as to what you're gonna do here for
You're
your
getting
executive
curious?
order.
All right. What can I make you do on live TV?
PG-13.
PG-13. Okay. Before you play a card, before you play a card, you have to go, "Hi, everybody," and then play a card.
I think I could manage that.
You think you can
I
manage that
think
one?
so. I think
All
so.
right. So I played. I'm still on my budget cut, so I'm going to draw back up to 4. That's my turn. Now we're over to you.
Okay, so when you make this rule, it could only apply to me.
You
if
can make
wanted
it
to?
apply to everybody. You can make it apply only yourself. You can make it apply to other people. Its executive orders are again within the 3 guidelines. You can't affect the wall cards. You can't change the win condition of the game, and you can't alter the text on the card. So you can't say this I know better now has this effect.
Gotcha. Okay, so I got some interesting stuff here, but I think I'm gonna do hi everybody, and I'm gonna play a ramble here. So we're gonna
Alright.
pass our cards
So we're just
this
gonna
way.
trade off.
Mhm.
There you go. And depending on how many cards you have in your hand, you have
I have 4 cards
you
here,
have 4.
so I'm
so
gonna
you would
draw.
end your turn. Yep.
So my vacation only was for that one turn.
That's one
correct?
turn, yep.
Okay, gotcha.
The only cards that are lasting cards are the executive orders or the negative effects that have a lasting effect.
Okay.
Like the card I talked about earlier, golf trip, it'll stay in front of the player, so they know they're on a golfing trip until their turn comes. They trigger it, it goes to discard.
Okay.
So it's not one of those things where you're like, did I send you on one? The card's right there to tell you. So,
My memory's not great sometimes. So that's a good thing.
yeah. And
I know what you have there.
I could do one that would make this really awkward real quick. But, I'm gonna keep my media silence.
Okay.
And I'm gonna play a birth certificate.
And what does the birth certificate do again?
It lets me pick a random card from you.
Okay.
So let's just take one of these back.
Okay.
And that puts me at 5, so I don't draw.
Mm-hmm.
And we're back to you.
You know, you're doing some shady things over there, and I'm going to call you out on it here. So, hi, everybody! Thank you for that, by the way. I'm going to do an impeachment.
Oh.
So, choose a player to discard their hand. Then the player pass their hand to... then players pass their hand in play order. Skipping over the impeached player, play starts again with the player next in order of the impeached.
So as there's only 2 of us,
Mm-hmm.
I would discard my hand.
Mm-hmm.
You would essentially give the hand to yourself
Woo!
because it skips over the person impeached.
Thanks, self.
And you get to go again.
Cool. So that was the end of my turn, so I'm going to draw back up to 5 cards here.
And the extra action that is not really listed here, I have no hand. So on my next turn, I have to draw my new hand. So you get an extra turn.
Oh, so you don't even have an action because you don't have
Gotta
anything
have no
in your
cards
hand
to
then.
play.
Oh, man.
So
you
you wanna
know,
play your next card.
I have a wall. I'm going to play a wall in front of me.
And there's nothing I can do to stop you.
I'm starting to build this wall here. So,
Okay.
draw another card,
Yeah.
and it's all you.
And so I'll draw my 5 cards to get a new hand because you impeached me, so I have no cards to play.
Mm-hmm.
It's your turn again.
You know, I really am going gangbusters on this wall.
You're just going
I'm,
2 out?
I'm going for it. I think we need it.
Okay.
I'm going to not get into a political commentary here.
Just so I can take a quick look. Strategy session. All players show their cards.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm going to lay mine out.
I have an I Know Better, an No, some Congress, Affordable Care Act, and an impeachment. Oh, you've got a wall over there, too.
Yeah.
I also see some alternative facts there.
Yeah. Discard your hand, then draw a new hand. So if you have a bunch of stuff that you're like, I can't do anything with this, play that, you'll get a fresh hand.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay, so that was your card there.
Yep. Still budget cut, so I can't.
You know, I think I know better than you.
Yeah, okay.
So let's do this one here. So
Yeah.
oh.
So I'm just gonna
Oh.
pass it off to you.
So I did draw a card at the end of my turn, right?
How many do you have?
I had 4 cards there,
You
so
have
I
4?
would have drawn
You would
up.
have, but you have a budget cut, so that puts you down to 4.
Gotcha. Okay.
And now, like I said at the beginning, if you play an I Know Better,
But I've got an no here, so I can cancel this negative effect.
technically because it was my card to play, so you can. I'll let it slide this time. I'll let you.
Okay.
I'll let that run.
Okay. So then I draw. Wait, do I draw here? Because I played that as an instant
Yep.
on your turn there.
Yep.
Okay. So back up to my 5 cards.
So
Okay.
it's my turn now.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll play that because I don't want to lose it by.
So you got your wall.
I got one of my walls, so I'm gonna draw back up to 2, so I can get.
Your wall's smaller than my wall, though.
It is
so, you
smaller.
know, this is the best wall.
That is the best wall right now.
It is.
It could be the greatest wall.
The best wall this country's ever seen, really.
Yes.
I just want to really make sure that I'm driving that point home, so I think Congress is going to come in and tear down your wall. So, Mr. Gorbachev, please tear down that wall.
That's just. Yeah, one of my demo tables earlier, one of the guys playing his first hand, he had 3 walls in it, just straight out. Got
Oh,
it.
really?
Yep. He played one. They congressed him. He played the second one. They're like, "Where are you getting these?" So they shifted his hand, went through, lost everything. By the end of the game, he had 3 wall cards back on the table. and won.
Nice. There's a lot of take that shifting around in
Yes.
this, so
And like I said earlier, there's a card to balance every card. There's no card in here that is just, I can't do anything with this, I can't counter it.
Mhm.
There's some cards that have a little more power than others, like impeachment, but they're there because they're the power card. But they're still the no deports that give a defense against cards like that.
okay. So I think it's your turn here.
All right. So I'm going to do a tomahawk attack.
Okay.
So a tomahawk attack.
That sounds very aggressive.
It is. And it can be depending on how you want to use it. Use the cards in your hand to attack another player's hand. For each card you attack that player with, they lose a random card. All cards used and hit in that attack go to the discard pile.
Oh, so this is a way for you to get rid of the cards in your hand that you don't
Yep,
like, but also punish me.
while punishing somebody else. So you can do it a couple ways. You can go, I'm attacking with 3, I'm going to use 3, or some people will go 1, 2, 3. And try doing that across the table.
Just toss them at people.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
That's what you mean by being aggressive. Then.
Yeah. So
Are you doing all 3?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. So they're random, right?
So I'll just take the 3 in the middle.
Oh, okay.
And those get discarded. I'll draw my new 4.
And I still have only 2 until the end of my turn.
Yep, 2 to play now. That's part of the strategy with the instant cards and things like that. That if you play them early, you're down a card for that turn.
Gotcha. So we're running a little short on time here, so I'm just going
Okay.
to do this real quick and I'm going to say that this wall is going to expand by itself. That's how good of a wall it is. It builds
Oh,
itself.
look, the third word.
It builds itself.
There it is. There it is.
But just for good measure, I'm going to impeach you. So,
Right. Yeah, we got the wall and an impeachment. That ends the game.
So, Chad, thank you so much for showing off Executive Order here. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about this game that we didn't get a chance to touch on yet?
We did launch our Kickstarter today, so if you check us out, Kickstarter Executive Order. If you like it, back us. We are at Gen Con playing in the First Player Exposure Hall. If you check our website, we have a schedule up saying when I'll be in the room. You want to try to get your hands on it before you back it, get a little more information from me or experience the game, come check it out. We also have a Gen Con exclusive pack.
Very cool.
So I'll throw that in there. If that's,
Oh, upside down.
sorry. If you back us at Gen Con, you'll get one of these packs to add to your game.
This is all the same thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
it's
four
four
cards per,
each.
so
Gotcha.
and it's an even add, so I'm not giving you one random card that's just
Gonna throw
floating in a
off the
deck.
game. Gotcha.
If you come in also and you do play a demo game and you win, you'll get a shiny medal.
Aww. So if you actually build the wall,
The wall,
not
you're
just,
you're a winner.
I mean, I already knew that.
And so if you won, you get a medal.
It's not going to fit over my gigantic head.
No.
Yeah,
No,
that was a mistake.
Well, your medal's a bandana now.
So how much time left is on the Kickstarter?
We launched today, so we got a full time. We are ending at DragonCon, so if you are at DragonCon, 31 days is the length of the Kickstarter. But we are in a DragonCon, so if you're here or you can't catch us here and you want to try to catch us there, we are in the Gamer Hall there, demoing it also.
Fantastic. And what's the price point on Executive Order?
The standard point is 20, but there's also other packs where you can get a discount. There are ones that have medal bonuses, and we have larger tiers that if you check out the Kickstarter, you can get more information on those.
Fantastic. Chad, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Really do appreciate it, and thank all of you for watching at home. We're going to sign off for now, but stay tuned for more coverage throughout the week here at Gen Con 2018. I'm your host, Matt. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.